Most people don't know how good the Mangarini Sicilian is and how you can make Sicilian players absolutely rage. It is disgusting. Most Sicilian players play the Sicilian because they want to fight, and we will bring them one big fight. I will play my opening. I'll be completely winning. You'll have to watch if you want to know if I put it away or not. I'll do an opening analysis inside of my opening course. Then I will play the rest of the game. There will not be much of an end game. And then we will do an analysis. I will get absolutely rage baited by chess.com, but it doesn't matter. And there is a lot to learn. So stay tuned. So we have another Sicilian. You may know me, and I call them sister players, and I always say that I like to go for Mangarini sister. It's a very nice opening if you know the lines, but I'll do an opening review, I'm quite sure. So I won't go too into depth right here. My opponent is taking a very long time, but I mean, it's a weird gambit, so cannot really blame the man. Cucumber official. What's official? Anyway, so a lot of players like to play d5 here. We just take. It's all good. And yeah, we will see what he goes for next. He does go for d5, take with the queen, knight a3, and this is our ID. A lot of variations. A lot of people like to play a6 or a5 here, both of which are bad in their own fashion, but I do have to remember in what fashion. Like this, that, have to go back. Is it kick the knight? I think it's kick the knight. Develop the bishop. Does that have a threat? I don't think so. You're not queenside castling on me, are you? I have never faced queenside castles. That has to have a reason. So I will assume that this is fine. You can give me a check, but I believe that I can move here, attack and defend. You have to go and I'll have a devastating attack there somehow. So yeah, you have to go back. So now I have to think if bishop to f4 is the move or d5. It has to be one of these. So this you have to run. Bishop out here en passant. You have to be careful not to get mated. That's a very beautiful sight. So what if I attack you now? Where do you go? Here? I attack it, you defend. There is a line that looks like that. And I think the move is actually knight to f3. And after takes with a check, queen takes, you cannot take the pawn because of royal fork. Um, so I think this is the move. You'll go here, I'll attack it. You cannot allow this. So you have to defend the knight, then I can further attack the knight. And I think that's the line, or I'm confusing lines. That's very possible too. And if the knight jumps here, I have very nice control over d3, so that's never an issue. And this pawn stops any checks, I mean, together with the rook, so That is awesome. If this, I can just go here, and I don't really see how you're stopping c7 fork. And in a lot of these lines, by the way, the best move is not actually to take the rook, which is disgusting. But I feel like in this line it will be. Maybe I'll show, or I will have shown some lines where it actually leads to some checkmating IDs, even with sacking the rook on a6. So what I was yapping about, let me hide this. E4 Sicilian, we go for Mangarini sister, and like this, he fully accepts our gambit, and we just push him away. Here he has a lot of options. He goes for the most standard, most used line, d5 take, knight to h3. And here you will see what I mean. After e5, we can go for this fork, it's defended. And if he plays his queen all the way back, by the way, a random cool line, if he puts his bishop out, we can actually sack the bishop. If queen takes, we have a royal fork, very nasty sacrifice. And if he takes on g2, we take with a check, we defend the knight. He can take the rook, but we will lock him in. And very nasty variations. We block checks, and here we are completely winning. Random variations, all in my course, which I'm trying to publish. Let me know if you're interested in the comments. So he plays queen back to d5. Here we have the awesome move d5. He has to go back here. We attack it again, and now this is obviously unstoppable. Or he opts to go back all the way so that if we push, we are preparing this. The knight is here. And he can still stop us, which is quite annoying. And here the rook sacrifice comes in, what I said. And I also told you about lines where we don't actually take the rook. Well, guess what? Queen check, sack this pawn, and we give this weird check. This is the only line that does not lead to a checkmate. All other lines lead to mate. We just have check, has to go. Check, only move is to block. We give a check again. Only move again is to block. Royal fork and GG well played. King has to move. Probably this is the smartest thing to do. We can just take with a check or take with the queen, leaving this as a threat. But I mean, it's just GG's. So that is what I meant with not taking the rook and the rook sacrifice. But that is not what we got. Here we got bishop to f5. I did play the best move. He went all the way back. We had d5 best move. But here he played a6. And this was actually not on my course. I just added it. You just take. You just take. There is nothing here. And I calculated this, saw that it was winning, but I thought that this was winning more cleanly. I didn't miss a move. So my opponent kind of outplayed me. Maybe I just had to go for the simple winning one. I mean, I would have been completely winning. So let's say queen takes, rook check, king just move back. And you can take my knight. I don't care. I can take. I'm threatening to promote. You have to try and open this up. So we can now take this pawn with a check. You have to block. If you run in front of your bishop, this will come in, and you cannot stop promotion because you blocked your own bishop. So you have to defend like this. We can, by the way, just sack this bishop. If you take, we have takes, promotion. King will have to go. We take this, probably with a check again. Doesn't matter. So we can sack. You cannot take, so you have to defend. We can just sack again. If you take, we will be able to take, and stopping promotion is impossible now. We will then take, promote with a fork, and it's over. So you have to block us. We can now sack this again. If you take, we bully your rook away, and your rook will have to move, and yeah, it will be over. So here, oh, that's actually the line. So here you have to take, we bully the rook, and the best move is to just develop, sag the rook, sag this, and then we will just check and probably promote or something, or even win this rook, bishop. Um, I mean, this is maybe the one more combative line, I think. I didn't include the best move because it's just sacking the rook. So here you sack the rook again, but at least you get some type of defense. We just go back. You have to move the king. We develop. You have to stop our infiltration. Very, very important. But we can move the king. Your own king blocks this check. So after you move the knight, because this is now defended, we develop our other rook. You try to win the pawn, which is quite undefendable, but we don't have to defend it. If you take, we will take with an attack, so you have to defend everything. Now we sack our rook, take back, give this check to sack the pawn, infiltrate, and here he has some line of defense. It's not actually winning yet, but we can probably just kick, win this, attack that, attack this, attack that. We are just up the exchange and we have a passed pawn. So this is how far my sample line goes. You don't have to memorize all of this. You just have to understand your plans and tactics. One more line I added is if you play e4 with this ID instantly in mind, we can play queen to f3 here, just attacking and attacking. You can take our knight. We will take this. We are threatening to take with a check and an attack on the queen. So you have to move the king. We can still take, defend it. You have to move. Now we can take the bishop, he'll take the pawn, we take the pawn, and here we are up one pawn and a piece. Yes, a piece. So we're up a pawn and a piece. Check is probably not advised, but there should be a way to bully this king. Maybe not yet. Uh, Maybe not yet. By the way, this looks threatening. You probably have you have to have something of a check. Let me check with the engine. It is complaining about the membership. I don't care. Yeah, but I mean, you will always be fine here. They'll look for you. Okay, that's absolutely disgusting. If he takes on G2, I thought about some form of a check, and then we have this. The engine just says bishop to f4, and who's stopping mate? This is mate in 5, by the way. Best move is to go here with a check, and then we'll take and have the same threat. If you take the rook, this is mate. This is mate in 5 already. Uh, that is disgusting. I didn't see bishop f4. So this line is obviously also quite good for us. The one line I didn't cover was yeah. So what if you take the knight instantly? We just take the pawn, and here you have nothing better to do than to take. If you take the rook, we will promote. So you have to move with a check. We can here sack our bishop. The best line is just to go here. We will pin you. Or the best line was to do something like this and allow rook h8, get the bishop out, take, and just play that position down the bishop. But I mean, that's not human at all. Let's say you take. What is the idea after taking with a check? We just move the king. That's disgusting. So now we're threatening to promote. Who is stopping that? The rook? I don't think so. And here you're cooked. And you might say, okay, but what is the difference between this position and this position? We sacked our bishop just to get our king here and still have the move. So this take here, you go back. Now it's our move. The only thing that changes that this bishop evaporated. We got our king here and it's our move. So taking this and going back just wastes two moves, and that's exactly what we need. Rook here, you can try whatever. Take, check, you're cooked. Um, so what about bishop takes? Because bishop takes, you're threatening to check and then take the pawn. So what's the point? Same thing. And if you do this with a check, you're checking with the rook. So we can take with a counter check. That's very important. If it wasn't with a counter check, you could take. But you're forced to take weak queen with a check and you're cooked. Yeah, disgusting lines, but you have to know the variations. I didn't know this one line because usually if they do this, this is a pin, but the queen is actually back. I didn't know this. I did see the winning line, but I thought that this was winning more cleanly. I missed the move. My opponent kind of outplayed me there, and let's continue. And then you have some checkmating IDs. Yeah, so this is a very annoying position for black. Shout out my course, and yeah, I mean, this is our idea, and it's very hard to stop. Oh, that's creative. Okay. So take, take, take. Um, that's creative, I gotta say. Can I do this so that take I can take and I win a piece, and this you go here, that prepares double check and mate, which is disgusting. Um, so I go here, which looks incredible. You have no checks. That's the first thing I want to check for. Your knight is hanging. After my queen goes here, the bishop can come back. Can I develop? And this is a checkmating threat. You will have to sack your queen there. So probably this takes. I still fork you. So here, why is this not winning? And that's very important. That's something I really want to teach you. I see that this, and if you do something stupid like move the knight, I have a double check and mate, but I will not only calculate the lines that are winning because there's no reason for me to do so. I know they're winning. So I do this. How do I defend is what I have to calculate. Imagine you are black. What is your response? And if you think about what is my response as black, you don't see a good response, only then play the move. And if your opponent finds something that you didn't see, I mean, fair enough. They just outplayed you. So if I do this and I don't see a response, I play the move, my opponent finds a response that I didn't see, or I misevaluated and he says that's winning, I say it's not winning, and he's correct. Well, he just outplayed me. I can't be angry for a man outplaying me, you know. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I think that this is winning. So I try to prove to myself that it's not. And if I am unable to prove to myself that this is not winning, I'll play it because that's a pin. This is attacked. You move this thing, double check and mate. So I do this. If you take, I take. Pinning your queen. So I'm up the exchange, and after takes and takes, you have to go here. I take this with a check too. So then I'm up a full rook. So this, what is your response? I feel like that's a very easy move to see. So I will assume that my opponent did calculate it. Um, but I don't see what he is willing to respond. If queen here, I can take, fork, move, take the rook, and try to come back to b6 and I'm up the exchange, and that's a free knight. Um, I really don't see what he's planning here. That's why I'm spending a lot of time. If this is a winning move, I don't even need my time anymore. So, especially if you're very winning or very losing, use all of your time to be correct. That's another very important takeaway. Um, I mean, I could also go for take, 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 push, but the bishop develops promotion. So I don't see that working. Oh, take, 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 you have take. I can take, you have to block, and I can get my rook here. How do you stop promotion? Take, you also have takes, and I'm forced to take, but then if you take, I have takes. So I think even takes is winning. I'll be very happy in an analysis. So if you take, I can just take. You're forced to take, then I can take. How do you stop promotion? You have to block. Then I have this pinning your rook to your king. So you probably have to develop. That's a free rook. But this is more beautiful, isn't it? I'll go for this. I really don't see a response in two variations. If you do this, I can still take. And I mean, if you take, you cannot take because this is still a pin. Um, and at the end of a lot of sequences, this will be a free pawn with a check. So, and you cannot take because of check. And you have no checks. So I really don't know what my opponent was planning here. Um, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, fair enough. So, yeah, I don't even know what he's going to respond. So I think I'll pause the video waiting for his response. Okay, so my opponent played rook c8. That's not a bad move. I did miss that. Fair enough. So I take your knight, you take my knight. I take this with the bishop, so that if you take, I can take with a check. You're forced to go here. I can trade everything off, and oh, I'm not up any material because I played the gambit. That's annoying. I can do this. That is well, in fact, a fork. And if you move, I just take. um. So I do this, pinning your knight. If you go here, I can just take. If bishop takes, I can just take. So what's your response to this? Queen here. I take. But if you take my knight, I can even take with a discovery attack. You block with the bishop, but I take your rook with a check. Mate. So I think knight a7 has to have been missed, if that's correct English. I go here, you push to stop the pin. Huh. I take a pawn, you take my knight. Can I maybe sack? Here you go here. I sack my bishop, you take back, I take. So I have this pin and an attack on your rook. So here push, sack the bishop, you take, I take. I sack the complete piece, but I have this pin attacked with a pawn and this threat. I think my opponent missed that. I can sack my bishop, I think. So if I do this, you take. I can just take your rook. I kind of wish for something easier. Take a piece, take a pawn. You take a pawn, I take a pawn, you have to block. Then I have take, queen take, rook takes. Uh, that's not strong enough. Do you have a threat? If I do this, you take. Do I have a greater threat than a hanging queen? I don't think so. I also have this, that, I don't know. So if I do this, you have attack on the queen. I can take a knight with an attack on your queen. You take my queen, I take your queen. You take my knight. I'm not quite sure. Um, so here like this, take, that's defended. Here, take, I take, and yeah, I mean, I only have 5 minutes, so let's go. I think this is the ID. Sadly enough, I don't have anything more threatening than a hanging queen. Even though it very much looks like I should have a very good response against this king, but I really do not have. That was not good English anyway. Um, I mean, I see a lot of moves that don't make sense, which is very annoying. You really want moves that make sense. You take a pawn. That's what I calculated. So I take a rook and just defend. Check, knight out. That's a thing. Ew. Um. Okay. I can do this. Check is met with this. I'll castle and have a rook for a piece and 2 pawns. Yeah, I think that's correct. So this might be a threat, but it should be fine, to be fair. This I cannot sack anymore. I can do this. Take a queen, and I very much damaged your structure. You'll have to move. I'll win this pawn. That doesn't look all too bad, to be fair. Um, yeah. Probably there was something better. It feels like I should have been winning already. I will not lie. This opening is way too good to not have been winning completely already. That's probably again not proper English. I do not care. So I'm thinking that he'll give a check, but it's a bad move because I want to play this anyway. Um, it's quite annoying that I cannot sack the bishop with like castles, queen takes, rook here. Have to move the queen, and then I get a massive counter attack. Um, so okay, the one annoying thing is that if I do this, you get check. That's quite annoying. So I do this, you can push. I can move anywhere I want. Yeah, let's just develop. You still cannot do this, and now that's not an attack anymore, so I'll just castle. Probably put a rook on e1, attack you, attack this. I don't know. This develops the bishop without blocking the other bishop, but I feel like that's fine. You can do this. I don't think I really care. I can just go here, attack this, and I don't really have an attack over here. That's maybe a bit annoying. Maybe I have. Pawn here, knight here, you just do something random. I have bishop here attacking the queen and attacking f7. And after that, your king is stuck in the center. I'll have rook e1, develop the bishop, develop the other rook to d1, and you look dead. Okay, that's not a dumb move, fair enough. So, can I do this? You castle, I have bishop here. You have to move. And then I achieved maybe takes. You're forced to take with the rook. I can put my knight, my queen here, pinning the rook with some pressure. Then you have knight back to defend. Okay, that's quite unfortunate. Hmm. Here, castles. Um. Hmm. What if I do this first? If you go here, I have this, which is quite a sneaky trick. So I do this. If you move anywhere here, I have bishop here, attacking the queen and the bishop, and after it takes and takes, I might have something. Yeah, maybe this makes sense. You cannot fork me. I'll take a queen, you'll take a queen, I'll take this with a check. And then I'm up a piece. But I do have to be careful. If you move your queen, that can always give this away with a check and I'll find something. But this is quite scary, fair enough. I have to be careful. Um, yeah, I don't know what he's going to react. I have quite an annoying threat, no? Are you not scared? I go here. You can fork me. I can take a queen, take a queen. Take a piece, take a piece, take a pawn. I can attack your queen like this, but then after fork, I think I'm losing. So probably it's better like this. You have to move your queen again, and then I have queen to b3 attacking this. And then I can take the fouls in the center. So you'll have to move. Probably I can take. Do I have a thread greater than this fork? I thought I could take, but maybe not. Huh. Um. Yeah, so take with a check. That doesn't really achieve much. So if I do this, you take this, I take with a oh, I don't take because the queen. Shoot. So I have to take this first. If you fork me now, I can take with a check. Okay. Um. So I cannot get forked, but if I do this, I maybe allow something I don't want in the future. But that's for the future. So I think we'll go with this. Build up some pressure, build up some pressure, and build up some pressure. Um, is this even a threat? Like, let's say you don't do anything. Take rook take queen take. That's not a threat. So let's develop. This is not a move, and that should be fine. Here, I don't see how that's fine yet, but it's fine somehow. This is very boring. That's maybe the only line where I really wish I went like this. So if I do this and you kick me, there is no reason for me to be there. Oh. That's very boring. So, hmm. Yeah, that is boring. So, what now? Take, rook, take, knight goes. Um, what's next? I mean, it's just not worth it, is it? And if I do this, you just take, attack. That's not nice. So I guess I'll have to go here, which I really don't want to do. Um, I mean, sure. But that blocks my bishop, my rook too. But my biggest problem is that, first of all, this blunders. Second of all, if you take with an attack on my queen. And I really don't want to trade. Oh, I have a minute 30. Maybe I should stop whining and just make the move I have to make. So you'll go here, which is quite boring. I could try this tactic, but after I take, you take back, so that doesn't really work. So this will probably happen, and I just cannot really stop it. I'll probably go here and scope something up like that, I believe, and have some pressure against this quite weak pawn. That's a weak pawn. Um, excuse me. Take, and I can do this. What? Take, you have to take. I can get in, and how do you defend the knight? Um, I think he missed that. Yeah, I think he missed this. So I have that lined up and this is hanging. So after takes even, if I take, you take, but that's hanging too. So after takes, I have takes and this is still attacked and that's attacked. So, yeah, I don't know what my opponent missed there with 7 minutes on the clock. But I mean, I should just be happy. This is a panic line, but I can just take a piece. Yeah. So we should be doing great. I should really calculate some lines here, but if you move your knight, I can always take asking for a queen trade, so yeah, that's a panic line I can just take, and this is hanging and that's hanging. The only ways you defend is with this. Um, which is annoyingly enough quite a valid line. If I tag the queen, you can go here, and then I can fork you again. You do have check, but I can always take. Um, so is this a valid line? Where do you move to? Uh, you can defend the knight like this. That's quite an annoying line. Um, can I do this? No. Take with a check. Don't panic. Let's just attack. I cannot panic, which is very hard to do. You can go here. Um, I really want this to work, but it really doesn't. Oh, maybe it works in the future. If you do this, I have check, you have to take. I can take. Queen gets in, rook takes, and I win a queen. Okay, that's awesome pressure, yes. So here, maybe go up like that. So you have to defend again. And then I should be able to double up and go for this, maybe. And you're not defending anymore. Um, yeah, that looks great. I really think you should try and escape. But I'm constantly making tempo moves, so I'm not really allowing you. I always have this if it does something. But for now, that's a bit of a nothing move. Does this work already? Only if the knight moves. So let's say knight goes here. I just play this so that if you take, I can take. You have to probably take, then I take, and I'm down the exchange for absolutely no reason. So after this, I will attack your knight again. This is, by the way, covered by the knight, which is very important. I have to keep that in mind. I mean, I really hope he does. Okay, so let's just play this fast because I've been calculating for a while. So after this, my idea is to take, and after you move, so you cannot move, so you will have to defend your knight. After you defend your knight like this, I might have something like that. Take. Okay, you're trying to take so that this is not defended. So I can take a knight, you take a knight, and then my rook is hanging. Oh, don't panic. Take. Rook is hanging, queen is hanging. This works, I pray. I still cover this, so take is mate. If take, queen takes, I'm not sure. But take with a check, queen take. I'm up the exchange, you have to do this. And I think I'm up a piece for 2 pawns or something. I'm not sure. So take, maybe pawn takes. Maybe after, oh shoot. Oh shoot. Your queen is hanging though, so that might help. Did I miss something? I don't think so. So you go here, and this you can do the same. Um, I mean, maybe it's Just a draw. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I have to take the queen. You will take my queen. I will take back your queen. And now I think your knight is trapped. Oh, you can develop with a back rank checkmating threat. Wait, but this? You can go here. Because I cannot take because of back rank. Oh, that's very true. So you have to go like this. I'll be able to take a pawn. And then you can run and I'll just have to. So I'm winning a pawn though. Um, yeah, you have to develop. I could also just make a left. And how do you plan on not losing your knight? Rook here, I can still take. You go here. I can go back. How do you defend the pawn and the knight? You can't. So, yeah, so I'll just make a left. I can take with an attack. You have to go here. Let's make the left first. I don't have a lot of time. So now you still cannot do this. You have to move the rook to defend something. Because if you defend the pawn, I'll do this, and I think your knight is trapped. So I do have a threat, and I'm threatening this. So, oh, is your knight not trapped? Oh, wait, here you have a check. So what if I do this? How is your knight not trapped? And I have an escape square, so this doesn't work. I think he trapped the knight. I mean, he allowed me to trap the knight. So now it will be a game. He probably only calculated rook to b2. That's probably his mistake. But I mean, I'll win the knight, have an attack, he'll defend, I'll attack. We'll win both pawns, be up a rook. And I mean, this is where you really got to know the difference between a winning position and a win condition. I do have a winning position, but I don't have a win condition yet. A win condition would be a checkmating attack or a passed pawn. I have neither of those, but my opponent has connected passed pawns. So if anything is, if anyone is going for a checkmate or a promotion right now, it's my enemy. Oh, okay, he resigns. Um, I really thought about a bit more struggle, but I guess he cannot. So if you liked, enjoyed, learned anything, subscribe, and let's go to the analysis. Apparently, we have a brilliant move. Um, it's probably sacking the knight once or twice. I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh, okay. What a scam! Brilliant move. Do you see that? You do. Brilliant. One brilliant move. You go here. Nah, it was a joke. We just made you click, dumbass. Wow, I'm annoyed. Five misses. Yeah, it felt like five misses. I really should have been better. So I will probably have done a opening analysis. So let's go through this. Um, yeah, so I am not sure what to do after bishop f5. That's really a skill issue, but whatever. That's a mistake. This is a great move. You attack me. This is a miss. So I really had to take. Oh, that's the other line I calculated. Yeah, I thought this was winning, but the other was more winning. So the point being that after takes, I can take, take, and there's no way to stop promotion. I will get bishop here and rook there and promote. Apparently, this is your best try. And if I play this, you can stop promotion. Oh, darn. Attack, defense, and slowly annoy you, I guess. You have to go like this to give yourself some breathing room. Apparently, you have to sack. Ew. Okay. So let's say you go here, still the same thing probably. Now you have to move. And I go for this and then I'll win that. So here takes and I'm threatening to do this with a check. Your best move is going here, probably check. Oh, takes with a fork. Yeah, okay, I go up devious amounts of material. Fair enough. So I should have gone for the save line, but I mean, in the sake of um content, I went for this. So what I was calculating is that this leads to mate in one, which is absolutely disgusting. Um, and I really calculated a lot of lines with like takes, that's a pin. So after take, you go here. I'm up the exchange, but I did sack a pawn, but I'm still up the exchange. I, by the way, have takes with a check. Only move is to block. Then I could take away your castling rights, just develop castle, get the bishop out, and I have two connected pawns against the weak pawn. Then I'll have a passed pawn, and I'm up the exchange. So that was something I calculated too. The winning line here is bishop here, which I calculated too. But I thought takes, takes, and I did not calculate that. I mean, it does make sense. So I have to maintain this pin and make sure that if you take, it's not with an attack or anything. You can just slowly do this. I have to go back. And I mean, I'm still up material. You go here. Taking is risky. We just allow that. Check. Block. Take. 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 And my knight is hanging, but it's okay. Hold a minute. Oh, I take a bishop here, you take this. Yeah, okay, and then your structure is just bad and I have a bishop. Yeah, okay, that was another line, that one, apparently. But my opponent went for a rook here. This is a mistake. I really should have taken. I thought takes, bishop takes. It's queen takes. Bishop takes is bad. Very bad. What's the difference with queen takes? You take with an attack. The bishop's hanging. Oh. The bishop's hanging. So after it takes, I have this, and how do you even save the bishop? You can try, but I'll just take with an attack on your rook. With a check too. Okay, I missed that. I really should have used a bit more time. I didn't even think about the bishop hanging. Okay, so if you want to get better at tactics and stuff, always just note all of the hanging pieces. Like, if this happens, that's defended ones and attacked ones. So this is practically undefended pieces, what you should think about. That's how you should think about it. So this is defended ones, but attacked by a pawn. Obviously, attacking with a lower worth piece is always fantastic. And this is just undefended. So I really should have thought about this longer because it has a tempo on an undefended piece. Yeah, so I'm dumb. You react stupid, and I'm even dumber. You find the only move. I take, you take. Develop, that's a bad move. Apparently, going here instantly is good, but I thought about this and then I was scared of check, but I can just develop the rook. So if you can stop a threat with the development of a rook and you're posing check and that queen is hanging threats, you should really consider it. I have no clue why I didn't consider that. But I was getting quite low on time, I guess. And yeah, you could say you told me that if you have a winning position, you should use your time and all of your time. Yes, because you then put away the win. But if you use all of your time and you don't find the winning sequence, well, yeah, you're just bad like me. So that's exactly what happened. Mm, so this is bad because I was scared of check. Apparently, I can just develop and block a check. So I don't know why I was scared of that. I castle, best move, best move. I do this. That's an inaccuracy because of best move. You have the best move, best move. This is a miss. Apparently, you should counter fork. Um, yeah, I mean, counter fork. I will have to go here. If you take this, I don't have it with a check, so I have to run, and after it takes and takes, you have the only bishop. I do have very active pieces, though. Here, develop a rook, best move, GG. And yeah, attack my queen, but I can take... Ooh, that is disgusting. Can you not take... Oh, that's mate. Okay, disgusting. So you have to take with check, I have to take back, and then you have to stop mate by takes, takes. Move the king, I get in with another check. Okay, I don't know how human this is though. Like, letting me develop like that is a bit weird. And you're still down the exchange for a pawn. But I mean, yeah, so that was a bad move. We do this and he misses. I can do this. You cannot take, and if you take, I just fork you. Oh, I'm so stupid. And if this takes with an attack on the queen, you take my queen, I take your queen. You have to take, I develop with a check. You have to move, and I can just take a free pawn that's hanging. And you're just screwed. You are down the exchange again, and this is falling, and I'll have a passed pawn. Oh, I played this so disgustingly bad, but there is a lot to learn, which is nice. So, tactics didn't really occur to me. I did play a well positional game. Like a lot of these developing moves are the best move. I should trade my bishop for a knight, which I really didn't want to do. That's a dumb move because you're not even threatening anything. So I can just take, take. That's a great move because I'm putting pressure on a pinned piece and it is a fork. You take, I take, which is the best move. That's a big mistake. That's a great move. Yeah, so I was really thinking about doing this and then the... Wow. I actually calculated this, and if you do this, I have this. Wow. Um, I might need a type of brain surgery. Wow. I just calculated the whole sequence where I just hang my bishop and work in one move. Yeah, so this is quite annoying. So that is a checkmating threat if my knight moves. That's the best move. You do a check, and this is bad. Obviously, I can block with the knight. Oh my god. What am I threatening though? I mean, except for like checkmate. Um, like take, take, check, and then I don't have this because of the bishop. Yeah, fair enough, but there really should be something. I mean, you have to go like this, otherwise that's mate. How did I not see block with the knight? I mean, because I have 40 seconds, but still. So this is bad. You take, I take. You take a queen, I take back. And here, yeah, you have to find this so that you can make an escape square. And after you go here, you can save your knight. And I have to take. Now you do this. And now you save your knight. So you have to sack another pawn. Yeah, and I'll win the A pawn. So after this, you have to save your knight. I can just save my rook. That's quite undefendable. By the way, I'm setting up a trap. If you defend this, I have takes because of the pin. So I'm setting up a trap, which is always nice. Yeah, fair enough. So my opponent didn't really see that his knight was trapped. So this is quite tricky. Uh, of course, the knight is trapped, but I still have to attack it while hanging. This is a nice way to lose the game in one move. So I just did this because I have the same idea. I cover the same squares, but the problem is this, and if I take, I get just checkmated. So it still doesn't work, and that's why I need this preparatory move, if that's a word. And here I was really expecting something like rook here trying to defend this, which blunders mates. Yeah. And that's why this move makes sense. Okay, my bad. So here you really should have played this so that I cannot trap your knight. You just give up a pawn. I don't think you can defend. No, I can take because you still have checkmating threats. Yes. Yeah, so you just have to give up both of your pawns, which is quite disgusting to do, but then your knight gets out. And I mean, sure. So I would go up the exchange cleanly, which should be winning. But I mean, I still have to win. So yeah, take. That's a nice conversion. I stop all tactics, and here just the knight is trapped. So I just cover everything, and I do it like this so that if this you still have check, I have to run, and then you can get your knight out. So it's very important that apparently that's a mistake. What is winning? Rook here. Okay, yeah, so I cannot pin you. Fair enough. If takes, and it's still a game, so I just have to take with an attack, then you can save your knight, and I can pin like this, but apparently that doesn't work because you can counterattack me, and after takes and takes, I can go behind it, you can attack this. I have to be careful. This is an attack on the rook, so I cannot go to these poisoned positions. So this is tactically defended, and both of these are defended by the knight. So that's the best move, but maybe it's smarter, practically speaking, to go like this. So I can attack the knight, win this pawn, go up everything. I mean, I could do this, and maybe I can give a check first so that I can just step on this, and that's not a threat anymore. That's also an option. Yeah, fair enough. So I hope you learned a lot. I did, to be fair. And subscribe, like. I'll see you in the next one.